Hi everyone. I hope part one was helpful to you. We're coming out to part four. To the second. I'm going to go through this fairly quickly. So this is just to help you get a good grasp of the textbook. So listen to this separately and then look at your textbook, and hopefully this will help you understand. We begin continuing in chapter 7, noun rule number 4, which says in the dative case singular, the iota subscripts. You know what the iota is. Basically, it's saying in a word like logo, which is the dative singular, the omicron lengthens to omega, the iota subscripts under that omega. That is round rule number 4, just so you know that iota subscripts under the last vowel of the dative singular, which is always going to be long. Noun rule number 5, vowels will often change their length, meaning the ablaut. In that case, you see this is supposed to be logo from logos, but since the omicron is not there, it means that it lengthened to omega and the iota subscripts on omega. Same here with ego. The omicron that was supposed to be here from ego, which is from agon, lengthens to omega and the iota subscript. That's what it means by ablaut. Noun rule number 6. In the genitive, this is kind of complicated, but you can understand. In the genitive and in the dative cases, the masculine and the neuter will always be identical. They will always be the same. What does that mean? You see, this is masculine, logo. In the genitive, you have it ending with upsilon. This is neuter, ego. In the genitive, you have it ending with upsilon. So, logo and ego. This is masculine, this is neuter, and you will only know whether the article following it is an omicron or a to. Okay? And in the dative, you have logo, the ablaut has already happened, and the iota subscript. In the neuter, you have ego, the omicron has already lengthened ablaut, and then you have the omicron to indicate that. Same thing in the plural. In the plural, you have logon, agon. Logois, dative plural ending. Egois, dative plural ending. Take time and understand that one. What is partial declension or partially decline? It means a word like Jesus will not follow the same pattern as logos or graphe. You have here Jesus, you have the sigma here, but it is masculine, as you know by the article. Here you have Iesu, which is genitive, and you also have Iesu, the same word, which is dative. That's crazy. The only way you can know which one is genitive and which one is dative in this word is to look at the article. To or to. That's what it means by is partially decline. Alternative first declension noun. Basically, it says some feminine nouns will end in alpha. By the way, first declension means they are feminine nouns. Then second declension, third declension. We are going to keep coming up against that. They end in alpha, so in the feminine singular is doxa, in the feminine plural is doxai with that ending. But the alpha changes to eta in the genitive and in the dative. That's what you need to understand about that, so you're not confused. The alpha will change into eta in the genitive and eta in the dative. That's what is an alternative first declension noun. There's noise going on outside, police cars. Now, autos as is a personal pronoun. Basically, is the ending is auto. Here is aute with no ending, and here is auto because it's neuter. Everything else, genitive, dative, accusative, genitive, dative, accusative, all through takes the same case endings as you have already learned. So I will take time, and mostly here you should be able to recognize what case those words are in. So this is key. This is basically it. And if you know your case endings and the stem of your nouns, you're gonna be good. In summary, genitives take the keyword of, and datives take the keywords to, in, and with. Okay, remember you will never see the Greek word of. There's no Greek word for of. You will only see the genitive case. You will never see a Greek noun with the word to in front of it, but it will be in the dative. You translate it to, or in, or with. Know what an indirect object is, be able to identify it in a sentence. It is what is indirectly receiving the action of the main verb, and mostly you will translate it to indicate the indirect object. Case endings and the definite articles. If you don't know this, you're going to be a frustrated person. You should know case endings and definite articles. You will not know how many times I ask you to write out all the case endings and to write out the definite at all the forms of the definite articles in all its cases and genders. So get to know that. Maybe that is a hint for your upcoming quiz. I don't know. Pay attention. So now you know nouns rule 1, 2, 3, and now 4 to 6. Must memorize those. But we've already talked to you about Jesus is indeclinable. Translation hints. Look for the keywords. Look for the keywords. And the keywords in the genitive are of, and the dative will be in, with, or to. So check for genitives and keep possessives with the nouns that they go with. Now let's say a little bit about vocabulary. This word is hamatia, sin. Hamatia, first it has a rough breathing. So ha, I use the ha, and it ends with alpha, meaning that is feminine. And the sigma here shows its accusative plural form, I believe. But the key thing here is the he. The he is a definite article that says this is a feminine. Another thing to point out is syllabification. Syllabifications are determined by the number of vowels in the word. So here it will be a, ma. No, let me erase that. Forget that one. It should be it should be a, ma, because ro and tau cannot be pronounced together. Sorry, I did that. A, mar, ti, a. Even the teachers make mistakes. Here's ake. Ake, it will be ake. Ending with eta, definite article eta, meaning it's feminine. Ga is a preposition for. A pen is a past tense word. He said. A pen, he said. It will be a pen, 2 syllables. S is 1 syllable. Into. Exousia. Exousia ends with an alpha, indicated by the article to be feminine. So you will have exo, because this is a diphthong, exousia. And then you have euangelion, and this is in the genitive it will look like this. The article is to, showing that it is neuter. To syllabify this, eu is a diphthong. Yep, you separate there. Alpha, you have 2 consonants that are the same, and the rule is you separate them. So angelion. Okay, and you have Jesus. We already talked about that, masculine. Curious, though it ends with a sigma, it is masculine, indicated by the article. And me means not. And Uranus, the name for heavens or heaven, Uranus, with the article here means is masculine. Hutos, haute, tutor. This is the word this, the word for this. This is masculine, this, feminine, this, tauto, this in the neuter. Su means you. Huios, huios means son. You see the rough breathing? Hui, as, with the article means is masculine. Huste means that or so that. Again, the rough breathing. This is the second part of chapter 7. Take time and go back to your textbook and review it. I hope this was helpful to you. Take care. Bye bye.